Well, learning that your loved one has Alzheimer's can come as a devastating blow, but there are ways to cope.
For more, let's get to May Fasai in the newsroom with details on a safe place for those suffering from the disease. May.
Yeah, Bethany and Paul, recent numbers showing more than 15 million Americans take care of people with Alzheimer's and dementia. A lot of them are family and friends who are not paid and often not trained. Well, One Living Center is stepping in with some therapy tips to help out people who are taking care of their loved ones. Joining us this morning, Layla Seiler with Aegis Living. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I think that's what's important in any condition or disease that you may be faced with as a family is really trying to put yourself in that person's shoes.
Absolutely. One of the things that we do at Aegis is we have a sensitivity kit. We feel that it's really important to make sure that our staff are trained, they understand what it's like, what our seniors are faced with. So I brought some of the props that we use in our kit, and I'd like you to try them out just to kind of get an idea of what's involved in how we train our staff. So the first thing that we have is glasses that we'll have you put on, and this simulates what it's like to have loss of peripheral vision as well as any kind of memory impairment.
Oh, okay, so they're scratched up here.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
it's kind of simulates what it's like to have memory loss, and then we would have our staff put on this glove. And you're going to attempt to pick up some items off the ground. And what this simulates is the loss of dexterity in the hands. So you can see how difficult it is.
Yeah, pretty tough.
And then you add on to that, having some sort of memory impairment, it can be very frightening. So at Aegis, we really want to make sure that our staff are trained and that they really have that understanding. Another item that we use is popcorn kernels. So
popcorn kernels,
we're going to put those into your shoes.
Into my shoe, okay.
And what this does is it's going to simulate the pain that some of our seniors feel when they're walking.
And where does the pain come from?
It comes from the loss of the circulation as well as balance challenges. And so you can see it can become difficult to walk. So again,
you never think of it
don't.
Unless you're faced with it yourself.
Absolutely.
And when family and friends come in who are taking care of a loved one that may have Alzheimer's or dementia, these are some of the tips that you give them as well.
Absolutely. Again, it's all about understanding and education, and that's how you can ensure that you're providing the best quality of care.
What's the most important thing for family and friends to keep in mind when they're taking care of their loved one faced with this disease?
It's really learning about it, learning how the disease progresses, and being patient and calm, educating themselves, finding resources and support groups is helpful. It's a difficult disease, and it affects everybody differently, so it's important that they're educated.
And what's the response from staff or from family and friends who are coming in?
It's really insightful. It's, you don't think about the thing, you think about memory loss, but you don't think about all of the other difficulties and loss that goes with aging, so the loss of the functional capabilities. So it's important.
Layla Seiler with Aegis Living, thank you so much for these tips this morning. Your time right now, 8:17. Paul and Bethany, back to you.
Thank you, May, and we're just